Daily horoscope analysis for Taurus, April 25, 2025. As the sun rises on April 25, 2025, Taurus natives find themselves at a fascinating cosmic crossroads. Today carries a particularly potent energy signature, as Mercury forms a harmonious trine with Pluto, deepening your thoughts and communications. This is not just another day in your journey. It's one where the stars are aligning to offer you profound insights and opportunities for transformation. The moon will be transiting through Cáncer today, creating a nurturing and emotionally receptive atmosphere that resonates beautifully with your earthy nature. This placement creates a water-earth connection that can help you ground your feelings while remaining sensitive to the needs of those around you. You'll likely find yourself more in touch with your inner world, perhaps experiencing flashes of intuition that shouldn't be ignored. Venus, your ruling planet, is currently in a position that enhances your natural charm and magnetism. Today, Venus forms a subtle but significant aspect with Jupiter, the planet of expansion and abundance. This cosmic connection opens doors to growth in areas related to personal values, finances, and relationships. There's a generous, optimistic quality to the day that allows you to see possibilities where you might normally perceive limitations. In your love life, this is a day of meaningful developments. For Taurus individuals in relationships, there's an opportunity to deepen your emotional connection through honest, heart-centered conversations. The Venus-Jupiter influence encourages expressions of affection and generosity toward your partner. Small gestures of love could have a magnified impact today. Consider planning something special, not necessarily elaborate or expensive, but thoughtful and attuned to your partner's desires. For single Taurus individuals, today's planetary alignment increases your attractiveness to others. You may find yourself drawing people in without much effort, simply by being your authentic self. There could be a chance encounter with someone who appreciates your stability and sensual nature. Keep your eyes open in places related to art, nature, or financial institutions. These Venus-ruled domains could be where meaningful connections form today. In your career, the Mercury-Pluto trine supports deep thinking and strategic planning. You may have a breakthrough regarding a project that has been challenging you for weeks or even months. Your communication skills are enhanced today, making it an excellent time to present ideas, negotiate deals, or have important conversations with colleagues and superiors. Your words carry weight and conviction now, helping others see the practical wisdom in your approach. Financially, the stars suggest potential for growth, though not necessarily immediate gains. The energy today supports laying groundwork for future abundance rather than quick returns. Consider reviewing your investments, savings plans, or budget with fresh eyes. You might notice opportunities for optimization that weren't apparent before. With Venus and Jupiter connecting favorably, there could also be unexpected generosity coming your way, perhaps a bonus, gift, or opportunity that has financial implications. Your physical well-being receives beneficial energy today, as the Cáncer moon creates a nurturing environment. This is an excellent day to connect with your body's needs and respond accordingly. You might feel drawn to comfort foods, but the planetary influences support making choices that nourish rather than merely satisfy momentary cravings. Activities that combine physical movement with emotional release, like yoga, swimming, or a walk in nature, would be particularly beneficial. Emotionally and mentally, there's a depth to your experience today that might surprise even you, steadfast Taurus. Pluto's influence through its connection with Mercury invites you to explore beneath the surface of your thoughts and feelings. You might uncover motivations or patterns that have been operating below your conscious awareness. This isn't about dwelling in psychological complexity, but rather about gaining clarity that can lead to empowerment. Your social connections receive a boost of positive energy today. Friends and family may seek your grounding presence and practical advice. There's something about your energy that feels particularly trustworthy and supportive to others now. While you're happy to be there for loved ones, remember to maintain the boundaries necessary for your own well-being. The Cancer moon might make you more susceptible to absorbing others' emotional states. Creatively, this is a day where your natural Taurian appreciation for beauty combines with deeper emotional currents. If you engage in any artistic pursuits, whether professional or personal, you'll find that your work carries more emotional resonance today. Even if you don't consider yourself creative in the conventional sense, you might feel inspired to bring beauty into your environment through small adjustments to your home, office, or personal style. The spiritual dimensions of life may call to you more strongly today than usual. While Taurus is known for being grounded in the material world, the planetary positions now support connecting with the intangible aspects of existence. You might find meaning in rituals that engage your senses, lighting a candle, enjoying the scent of incense, or listening to music that moves your soul. These simple practices can help you access a sense of the sacred within the ordinary. Challenges today could come from a square between Mars and Saturn, creating some tension between your drive for progress and existing structures or limitations. You might feel frustrated by what seems like unnecessary resistance or delays. The key is to work with this energy rather than against it. Use the structured influence of Saturn to refine your approach rather than abandoning your goals. Patience, one of your natural Taurian strengths, will serve you well. Your home environment takes on special significance under today's Cancer moon. You might feel a stronger than usual desire to create comfort and security in your personal space. Small improvements, or even just spending quality time in your favorite spot at home, can have a restorative effect. If there have been tensions in your domestic life, today offers gentle energy for reconciliation and finding common ground with household members. Travel plans or matters related to higher education receive favorable influences today. If you've been considering a journey, either literal or metaphorical through education, the stars support taking concrete steps forward. The Jupiter influence brings an expansive quality to your thinking about future possibilities, while your Taurian practicality ensures you won't get lost in unrealistic dreams. Technology and communication tools may require extra attention today. With Mercury involved in significant aspects, there could be important messages coming through, but also potential for misunderstandings or technical glitches. Double-check important emails before sending, and perhaps back up any crucial data. On the positive side, this same energy supports solving long-standing problems related to how you gather and process information. Your relationship with material possessions comes into focus under today's planetary positions. As a Taurus, you often find comfort in the tangible things you own, but today you might feel called to evaluate which possessions truly add value to your life and which might be creating unnecessary attachment. This isn't about dramatic minimalism, but rather thoughtful curation of your physical environment to support your well-being and values. In terms of personal growth, today offers a powerful opportunity to align your actions more closely with your deeply held values. The Venus-Jupiter connection supports expansion that is in harmony with what matters most to you. Consider writing down your core values and reflecting on how your daily choices either support or conflict with these principles. This simple exercise could yield surprisingly meaningful insights. The energy of the day builds toward evening with the moon forming a beautiful sextile to Uranus, bringing an element of positive surprise or unexpected insight. Remain open to spontaneous invitations or sudden inspiration. What seems like a random occurrence could actually be the universe guiding you toward an important opportunity or connection. As you move through this day, Taurus, remember that your greatest strength lies in your ability to remain steady amidst change while still being flexible enough to grow. The cosmic energies support both your stability and your evolution now. Trust the unfolding of events, even when the path forward isn't immediately clear. Your natural connection to the rhythms of the earth gives you an intuitive understanding of timing, of knowing when to press forward, and when to simply be present with what is. Your affirmation for today: I stand firmly in my values while remaining open to growth and transformation. I trust the process of life unfolding through me and around me. As the day concludes, take a moment to appreciate how far you've come on your journey. The stars may guide us, but it is our choices that create our path. Today, Taurus, you have the cosmic support to choose wisely, love deeply, and create abundantly. On April 25, 2025, the celestial bodies align in particularly significant ways for Taurus natives. The sun is firmly established in your sign at approximately 5 degrees Taurus, illuminating your core identity and vitality. This solar energy reinforces your natural Taurian traits of determination, practicality, and sensuality, making it an excellent time for self-expression and personal projects. Venus, your ruling planet, will be positioned in Cáncer on this day, creating a nurturing energy in your third house of communication and local environment. This placement softens your communication style and brings a protective quality to your interactions with siblings, neighbors, and in short-distance travel. You may find yourself expressing care and concern through your words more than usual. Mercury occupies Aries in your 12th house of the subconscious and hidden matters. This creates an interesting dynamic where your thoughts and communications might be more impulsive and direct than usual, but potentially focused on private concerns or spiritual insights. Pay attention to dreams and intuitive flashes today, as they may contain valuable messages. The moon will be transiting through Sagittarius in your 8th house of shared resources, transformation, and intimacy. This position brings emotional focus to matters of joint finances, investments, or deep psychological processes. You might feel a philosophical approach to normally intense emotional matters, seeking meaning in transformative experiences. Mars in Pisces activates your 11th house of friendships, groups, and long-term aspirations. This placement can diffuse your usual steady energy into more compassionate and spiritually oriented social activities. Your actions within community settings may be guided by empathy rather than practicality today. Jupiter, the planet of expansion and opportunity, continues its journey through Gemini in your 2nd house of personal resources and values. This long-term transit is expanding your financial thinking and potentially bringing multiple streams of income. Today specifically, Jupiter forms a challenging aspect with Neptune, potentially creating some confusion around material resources. Be careful with financial decisions that seem too good to be true. Saturn in Pisces occupies your 11th house alongside Mars, bringing structure and sometimes limitation to your social sphere and collective endeavors. This serious energy reminds you to build authentic connections and take responsibility within group settings. The Saturn-Mars conjunction intensifies this energy, perhaps creating tension between your desire to forge ahead with community projects and the restrictions of reality. Uranus continues its multi-year journey through Taurus, currently at approximately 27 degrees of your sign. This revolutionary planet brings unexpected changes and innovations to your identity and personal expression. On this particular day, Uranus forms a harmonious trine with Pluto in Capricorn, activating powerful transformation through practical means. This aspect supports profound but manageable change in your career sector. Neptune in Aries occupies your 12th house of spirituality and the subconscious, dissolving boundaries between your ego and higher consciousness. This placement can bring inspired vision to your spiritual practice, but might also create some confusion around your sense of self and direction. The aforementioned aspect with Jupiter suggests being careful about spiritual or escapist tendencies that might impact your material well-being. Pluto, now firmly established in Aquarius, transforms your 10th house of career, public reputation, and life direction. This generational planet brings deep, evolutionary change to your professional life and how you're seen in the world. The harmonious aspect with Uranus supports revolutionary career moves that align with your authentic self. The North Node in Pisces in your 11th house suggests that your spiritual growth lies in developing compassionate community connections and contributing to collective causes. This karmic point indicates that embracing less structured, more intuitive approaches to group dynamics will serve your evolution. The South Node in Virgo in your fifth house points to past patterns of perfectionism in creative expression and romance. You're being asked to release overly critical tendencies in these areas of life. Chiron, the wounded healer, positioned in Aries in your 12th house, highlights subconscious wounds around identity and self-assertion. This placement suggests healing can come through spiritual practices that help you integrate and accept parts of yourself you've kept hidden. Particularly significant today is an applying sextile between the Sun in Taurus and Neptune in Aries, which enhances your spiritual connection and creative inspiration. Your practical Taurian nature becomes infused with divine imagination, making this an excellent day for artistic pursuits or meditation practices that ground spiritual insights. A challenging square between Venus in Cáncer and Saturn in Pisces may create tension between your desire for emotional communication and restrictions in social settings. You might feel your caring words aren't being received as intended within group contexts. The lunar nodes forming a T-square with Mars highlights tension between your individual creative expression, your community involvement, and your spiritual growth. Finding balance between personal pleasure and collective contribution becomes a key theme. In terms of fixed stars, the Sun's position aligns closely with Almach in the constellation Andromeda, bringing a harmonious influence to partnerships and aesthetically oriented projects. Venus conjuncts the fixed star Pollux, adding intensity and possibly some challenge to communications with loved ones. This day features a planetary pattern known as a mystic rectangle between the Sun, Moon, Jupiter, and Neptune, creating a channel for materializing intuitive insights. For you as a Taurus, this supports bringing spiritual vision into tangible manifestation, particularly regarding resources and shared values. The Sabian symbol for 5 degrees Taurus is a widow at an open grave, which speaks to confronting endings and honoring what has passed while remaining open to new beginnings. This resonates with the transformative energy of the Uranus-Pluto trine affecting your identity and career sectors. Overall, April 25, 2025 presents a planetary picture that supports Taurus natives in grounding spiritual insights into practical reality, transforming career directions in alignment with authentic values, and balancing personal resource development with compassionate community involvement. The celestial energies invite you to honor your sensual, earthy nature while opening to the subtle realms of intuition and collective consciousness. For Taurus, on April 25, 2025, your communication landscape takes on an interesting dimension as Mercury forms a supportive sextile with your ruling planet Venus. This celestial alignment creates a harmonious flow between your thoughts and how you express your values. Your words carry extra weight today, imbued with both practicality and charm, a powerful combination that others find irresistible. The third house activation happening simultaneously brings opportunities for meaningful exchanges with siblings, neighbors, or within your local community. Don't be surprised if casual conversations lead to valuable insights or connections. The moon's position in Scorpio today deepens your emotional intelligence, allowing you to read between the lines in conversations. You're picking up on subtle cues and unspoken feelings, which gives you an edge in negotiations or heart-to-heart talks. This intuitive understanding makes you an exceptional listener today, something others will greatly appreciate. Jupiter's influence from your 12th house encourages reflection before speaking. Taking a moment to consider your words will lead to more authentic expression. Your communication style today benefits from being deliberately paced rather than rushed. Venus in your second house amplifies your ability to articulate your values and needs around resources. Financial discussions flow with unusual ease. If you need to negotiate anything related to money or possessions, this is an auspicious day to do so. Your voice carries a grounded confidence that others respond to favorably. Mars in Aquarius adds an intellectual edge to your communication today. You may find yourself drawn to discussions about future possibilities, innovations, or unconventional ideas. Your typically practical Taurus nature is balanced with forward-thinking vision, making your perspectives particularly well-rounded and compelling. Written communication is especially highlighted today. If you've been meaning to send important emails, update your resume, work on creative writing, or develop content for social media, the energy supports these endeavors. Your words flow with both authority and accessibility, a rare combination that helps your message land with impact. In personal relationships, you'll notice an ability to express feelings that might normally stay buried. The Moon-Pluto aspect facilitates emotional courage, allowing you to broach subjects that typically feel too vulnerable. This can lead to relationship breakthroughs if you're willing to be honest but gentle. Professional communications benefit from your enhanced ability to be both firm and diplomatic today. In meetings or presentations, your natural Taurus credibility is amplified. Others perceive you as someone who speaks with both heart and practical wisdom, exactly the kind of leader people want to follow. Your voice itself carries additional resonance today, making it an excellent time for public speaking, recording podcasts or videos, or any situation where the quality of your voice matters. If you've considered starting a communication-based project, the seeds planted today have excellent potential for growth. For optimal results today, ground yourself before important conversations. A few minutes of deep breathing or connecting with nature will help you maintain the earth energy that makes your communication style so effective. Be mindful of a tendency toward stubbornness in the late afternoon when the moon squares Saturn. This aspect might temporarily make you less receptive to others' viewpoints. Practice active listening, especially when you feel your defenses rising. Digital communications receive favorable aspects today. Social media posts, text messages, and emails are likely to be well received and achieve their intended purpose. Your online presence carries additional influence, so use this power wisely. A conversation with a mentor or elder family member could provide unexpected wisdom today. Their perspective offers valuable context for a situation you've been contemplating. The seemingly casual exchange could contain exactly the guidance you need. Pay attention to dreams or intuitive hits today, as well your subconscious is communicating important information if you'll pause to listen. The Sun-Neptune trine supports creative expression in all forms. Artistic Taurians will find their creative voice particularly strong today, whether through visual arts, music, writing, or other mediums. Your ability to convey emotion through your chosen medium is heightened, creating work that resonates deeply with its audience. Overall, April 25th offers Taurus a day of enhanced communication abilities across multiple dimensions. By balancing your natural thoroughness with openness to inspiration, you'll create conversations and content that continue bearing fruit long after the day has passed. Today's celestial arrangement presents a notable financial landscape for Taurus natives. With the sun firmly positioned in your sign, your natural talents for resource management and value assessment are significantly enhanced. Mercury forms a harmonious aspect with Jupiter, opening channels for financial communications and potentially profitable discussions. This alignment particularly favors negotiations, contract reviews, and conversations about raises or investments. Venus, your ruling planet, is currently transitioning through your sector of earned income, bringing a gentle protective energy to your financial affairs. This positioning suggests unexpected financial opportunities may arise, particularly from past connections or investments you've previously nurtured. Pay attention to messages or proposals arriving from established contacts. The moon's position in practical Virgo today activates your sector of creativity and investments, suggesting that financial opportunities may emerge from creative projects or side ventures you've been developing. This is an excellent day to evaluate which of your creative talents might have untapped monetary potential. Jupiter's influence from your house of hidden resources indicates there may be value in assets you've overlooked or forgotten. Consider reviewing insurance policies, old accounts, or investments that have been operating in the background. There could be hidden opportunities for growth or dormant funds ready for reactivation. Saturn's disciplined energy cautions against impulsive financial moves, despite the day's generally favorable outlook. The most substantial financial gains today will come through methodical approaches rather than speculative ventures. Consider establishing new saving structures or reviewing your budget allocation with an eye toward long-term security. Uranus, continuing its long-term transit through your sign, sparks potential for innovative income streams. Today's aspect between Uranus and Mercury particularly supports technological or unconventional approaches to increasing your wealth. Financial opportunities may present themselves through digital platforms, alternative payment systems, or modernized approaches to traditional business models. Mars energizes your communication sector today, providing the assertiveness needed to pursue financial conversations you might typically avoid. This is an opportune moment to negotiate better terms, discuss collaborative ventures, or pitch ideas that could generate income. Your persuasive abilities are heightened, allowing you to advocate effectively for your financial interests. Pluto's transformative influence touches your sector of shared resources, suggesting potential financial opportunities through partnerships, investments, or jointly held assets. While this energy can feel intense, it supports deep financial restructuring that ultimately strengthens your position. Consider conversations about mergers, collaborations, or shared investment strategies. A notable aspect between Venus and Neptune today suggests potential financial opportunities through creative or compassionate ventures. Businesses related to arts, healing, spirituality, or humanitarian efforts receive favorable energy. However, this same alignment necessitates clarity in financial agreements, as Neptune can sometimes cloud judgment with idealism. When examining the day's potential for passive income development, the sextile between Mercury and Jupiter particularly supports educational content creation, teaching opportunities, or advisory roles. If you've been considering monetizing your expertise, today's energy supports taking concrete steps in that direction. Digital products, online courses, or consultation services launched today have favorable growth potential. Regarding investments, the day favors diversified portfolios with a slight emphasis on tangible assets. Venus in an earth sign strengthens Taurus's natural affinity for investments you can see and touch. Real estate considerations receive positive aspects, particularly properties that combine practical use with growth potential. However, with Neptune's influence, ensure all property-related documents receive thorough review before signing. For Taurians employed in traditional settings, today's Venus-Jupiter aspect creates favorable conditions for discussing advancement or compensation increases. Prepare documentation demonstrating your contributions and value, as the planetary alignment supports recognition of consistent, quality work. The timing is particularly favorable between 2 to 4 p.m., when the moon forms a harmonious trine with your sun. Entrepreneurs born under Taurus will find today's energy particularly supportive for sustainable business expansion. Rather than rapid growth, the planetary positions favor strategic development that doesn't compromise quality or values. Business partnerships beginning today have strong foundations, particularly when both parties clearly define contributions and expectations. Financial communications receive an interesting influence from Mercury's position. Contracts, proposals, and financial documents benefit from your attention today, as you'll likely notice details that might otherwise be overlooked. If negotiating terms, the stars support patient approaches that allow for thoughtful consideration rather than pressured decisions. Unexpected financial insights may arrive through dreams or intuitive flashes with Neptune's aspect to Venus. Pay attention to subtle nudges regarding financial matters, particularly any persistent thoughts about specific investments or financial adjustments. The subconscious mind is processing financial patterns that your conscious awareness might miss. Regarding debt management, Saturn's position offers disciplined energy for creating realistic repayment structures. Today favors consolidation strategies or renegotiating terms, particularly for long-term